Hello, I'm back. So, hey, hello Soft, how are things? I'm doing good. Hoping I can stream longer than I'm feeling that, life's gonna let me, but I hope things are going good for you. Yeah, that's great! Last time I got started with the, Post HW MSQ. I got not as far as I was hoping, but, you know, these things happen. My, internet decided to cut me short. But, no wife. Just unfortunate, I do find that, my L's and W's are, they can sound very, very similar. Yeah, this happens a lot. My enunciation could use work. No, it's last time mostly it was my internet, but where I stream is very easy for things to make too much sound. But I live with it, and with any luck, it'll be changing soon. But yeah. Last time we brokered some peace with some dragons, fought off the Catholic Church, but for Spear Lady instead of Christ, and found out that Flamine had returned to Eorzea after having fled to Thavnir, this mysterious location which I'm sure we will never visit at any point in the MSQ. Probably. And that's roughly where I left off. So I'm gonna get right back into it. Home at last. I must make my rounds and see who remains. It's great. It's great to be back in the toll. It even smells like adventure. It feels good to be home again. To think that everyone is waiting for us just beyond those doors, friends and family with whom we have shared so much. Gods help me, but the older I get, the more sentimental I become. Come, let us not keep them waiting. The precipitating events here being my mount. Which one proceeds to flex non-stop? I think like my favorite mount at the moment is probably either the bike I got from I didn't think it would look like this. The bike I got from grinding out Island Sanctuary. The Regalia Type G, because I saw this like when I first started playing, and it just became this like long-term goal. Eventually, I'm getting the fucking Regalia Type G, and then the event finally rolled around. So it's nice having. I've never even played Final Fantasy 15. Man, it's tough. It's tough saying what like the next one is. I'm gonna have to go with the pod. Because I'm a massive near Automata fan. I could probably rant for hours about just everything about Nier Automata. I could go on and on. It's so good, amazing story. The Amuro is just a nice flex mount, but it's also cute. I like the Amuro a lot. It's one of the best parts of the Shadowbringers expansion. It's so good. It's so good. Yoko Taro is a goddamn madman, but it's so good. I am still peeved about how about the way that reincarnation exists. Near reincarnation makes me very sad. Let's see. I think I'll wrap up with the almost a Gundam, because yeah, it's pretty great. I may not I may not be a huge fan of Basra, but damn did it give some good shit. Unfortunately, all of them is like over like. Actually, how many mounts do I have total right now? I don't think. Oh, it's literally right. In other news, I'm getting new glasses soon. Well, yeah. Let's go through a few more then. Got like the general Magitech section. You know, basic acquired from MSQ Jazz. I'm gonna go somewhere where I'm not obnoxious to other players. Up here works great. Good. Then this is just the exact same mount in a gold, which you get from commendations. I forget how many commendations this one is. I want to say it's 1,000, and I can assure you that I get commendations not necessarily because I'm good, but because I'm a tank main. That puts me at the top of the list. This is a Final Fantasy 3 reference. I think it's one of the earlier Final Fantasies. It's whichever one the Warring Triad is from originally. It's the only mount that's dropped from a dungeon that I'm aware of, and I didn't get it that way. Instead, I got it through one of the Tombstone events. Death Claws from Achievement Vendor. That's the wrong button. I believe this is from PvP, but I'm reasonably certain I didn't get it from there. I got it from another of the Moogle events. Coral's a big cat. It's one of the mobs in the games. They threw a saddle on it and sold it as a deluxe edition upgrade. Golden Chick. Oh, the fat chocobo? I think. No, I don't think I know. Advina has the same mount. I believe this is also from the Achievement Vendor, but it might also be like Collector's Edition or Deluxe Edition or whatever it's called, because I always get those terms mixed up. Now here we have the better Coral mount, which you get from grinding endless content as Dark Knight. Like, oh my god, so many fucking runs. 300 runs of EX trials, and I believe Savages count as well. Very cool. And then there's this, which I honestly think is a little bit worse than the Battle Panther, but it's the same mount plus armor, but you get it from doing stuff as like the same kind of content, just level 60 and above. Another achievement mount. It's just an airman. Little void scent man. Behemoth is also an achievement mount. I don't use it very often. I don't use a lot. There's like a decent number of mounts I don't use, not because I don't like how they look, but because they don't have music, or rather, they all use the same music. Oh yeah, I have all of these buttons are gear sets, and then I have macros set up to do hotbar shenanigans, so I can pull up a hidden hotbar that has all my stuff on it. Then I got one for crafters. I use the same trick for my audio panel. Yeah, it's really annoying to set up and works best once you at least have every job at level 30. So because the way it works is you take a job that's no longer a class because why would you ever use the class? And then you just use them as mules to carry all of your special icons. Then you go into the macro editor and you just which one is it? There we go. You just have it copy from the hotbar onto another hotbar. Very, very useful. Very nice for window management. These are all of my chat macros to like change the chat stuff. And then like these are actual like put stuff into chat macros for like parties primarily. Cavalry Drake is just the Drake mount, but you will sit on it. The bomb palanquin is pretty neat too. You get this from the Kobold Beast Tribe. Elephant comes from one of the Storm's Blood. One of the Storm's Blood Beast Tribes. They're Lamias essentially. The Tyrannosaur comes from Eureka. I have never set foot in Eureka. This is another instance where the Moogle Tombstones saved me from a substantial amount of pain and suffering. I'm putting off Eureka for as long as I can until inevitably I trick myself into making one of the Oh no, I avoid mods, but no. The Moogle Tombstones have saved me for a handful of mounts. I got the Bomb Palanquin from the Tombstones as well, because, I don't know, I just don't like the kobolds very much. This massive motherfucking tortoise comes from the Gold Saucer. He's amazing, and I love him. I believe he's in my favorites as well. He's not, that's a crime. Okay, I might fix that later. It flies like this, and it's amazing. Quality mount. It's a shame it doesn't have unique music. Two varieties of Griffin. They are exactly the same, except one of them you get from a pre-ordering, and it looks worse. Griffin looks like this. Other one is exactly the same, except imagine the white covers everything. I don't think, I'm pretty sure they didn't even change the saddle. Yeah. Disembodied Head comes from Palace of the Dead. That rhymes in a really satisfying way. I did not get this from Palace of the Dead. Hello, Mr. Moogle Tombstones. Once again, saving me from pain and suffering. The Yole comes from the MSQ. It's a big fucking bird. It's actually a boss as well. Polar Bear came from the Moonfire Fair of 2020. Maybe 2022. I forget. You can no longer get it. I think it's on the Mog Station right now, but I'm not confident in that. It will come to the Mog Station eventually, but it's neat. It's another cool mount. It's slightly ruined by the fact that you can't, they all use the same music. So many mounts use the same music, and it's just disappointing. Yeah, a manta ray. Don't question how it's surviving on land. I don't think anyone thought that far ahead. But they're great. I really like this mount. This is one of my favorite mounts. It would be in my favorite mount list if I didn't use my favorite mount list in part as like a Spotify playlist, more or less. The Chocoper came from a Butterfingers promotion. You can get this exact mount minus the bow from the Gold Saucer, I believe. Which I just find hilarious. And it gets like little heart floaties. It's fun. I do slightly regret getting it. We have the Joke, which tells itself, which is this is a whale. It's 2-seater. You can only get it off the cash shop. So Palace of the Dead. So I'll start with the Gold Saucer because it's a little easier to explain. The Gold Saucer is basically a big casino in air quotes. It's a carnival full of mini games that you use to get a special currency called Mandeville Gold Saucer coins. Points, not coins, my bad. And then you trade those points in for so much stuff. Mounts, outfits, pieces of outfits, orchestration rolls, which you use them and then it lets you play music you've unlocked on a jukebox in wherever you can access a jukebox, usually your player house or a in-room. Hairstyles, sometimes events will have you unlock stuff in the Gold Saucer with Gold Saucer points. The pod mount you get from the Gold Saucer with Gold Saucer points after doing the Nier Raid series. It's so much. And then the Palace of the Dead is like a miniature roguelike game mode built into Final Fantasy XIV, where you go in, you start at level 1, and as you go through it, you level up. But if you die when you're running it, you're sent back to the beginning. But there's like checkpoints, and certain chests you open will give you upgrades so that you have more armor and deal more damage. It's really interesting. It's kind of fun, and you get an achievement if you can reach floor 100 completely solo, or is it floor 200? I think it's floor 100 and then Heaven on High, which is the same kind of thing, but at level 60. I think that's the one that's 200. I haven't had a chance to cheese any mounts out of Heaven on High yet. They have not been in any Tombstone events. We have a Porksy. I don't think the Porksy scales based on player size, so it looks like this. I only got it because I could. It's not, this is a massive spoiler for the story. It's, oh, I forget what breed of dog these are. It's like, I want to say Irish Setter, but I know that's wrong. I think it's a cool mount. It's a very cute dog. I don't like the eyes. The eyes are extremely uncanny valley. I think the largest mount, the Yule is pretty big, right? The Yule's pretty big, but I'm reasonably sure the largest mount is either the Indigo Whale, which is this one, or it's the Lunar Whale, which I don't have. And the Lunar Whale is the only 8-seater mount, and it's a little bigger than this, a little bit. I can't think of any bigger mounts. So yeah, I'm reasonably sure it's one of the 2 whales. Hippo cart. You get it for doing a bunch of quests for a bunch of elephant people. It's pretty neat. Of course, despite all logic, every mount in the game can fly, so that happens. This is a mount you get from doing the MSQ. The mana cutter, you use it to go and fight a dragon. Oh, this is a mount that took me forever to get. Really only because I did it solo unsynced and had to wait for Endwalker to come out for me to be powerful enough to wipe the floor with him. But you get this guy from soloing the last raid of the Alexander raid series in Savage. And well, I don't run Savage content, so yeah. I forget how you get the Falcon officially. I got yeah so do I. It looks weird how it just hovers, right, when it has this like big ball. It confuses me because like the way that Alexander, which is what the mount is, the way that Alexander is meant to look. Where is he? Minion. There we go. This is what Alexander is supposed to look when he's like walking around and stuff. So I don't know why this isn't the mount, right? Like it just that it can still sprout wings and fly around, right? Yeah, I don't know how you get the Falcon. I got it through the one of the Moogle events. Yeah. The level checker is an absolute meme of a mount that you get from grinding a Fate in the last Endwalker area, which I think it's a nice meme. So yeah, it traps your character in cyberspace and waddles around. Hard to explain. Alien technology, and I'll kind of leave it at that. Then there are several genres of horse. Also, wait, what? Also 2 a.m. East Coast. I just stream extremely late at night because that's when I can rely on my house being reasonably quiet. As you're heading out pretty soon, I'm just gonna wrap up with the Firebird, which is a literal phoenix, and the Fox Demon from Naruto. Oh, so yeah, it's 2:37 over in EST. So yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. All of the trial mounts play the music. Nothing's hit me yet. I'm not like down in Florida. I'm pretty far up the coast. So I probably won't see more than like some like moderate to heavy rain in like a day or two. Which outside of taking me off of my computer because I'm not risking a power surge and nuking my PC. Yeah. It is awful seeing what the hurricane's done down there though. Like I feel bad for them, man. But, you know, okay. And there they are, at last. Thank the 12. Nothing like a homecoming to lift everyone's spirits. Thanks for bringing them back, Arentel. Who's up? Wait a minute. I don't know who this is. Yeah. My first time through the story, I ignored all of the background people. So like that's like the like big gain for me going back through the story is like seeing all these or speaking with all these NPCs I just ignored, noticing all these like little side threads and bits and bobs of plot I just kind of glazed over. So yeah, I have no clue who that is. I'm looking forward to figuring out. Maybe I do know them. Maybe they're the person from like outside of the Waking Sands. Is that Lady Flamine? I've heard so much about. Well, I shall have to introduce myself. When our comrades betrayed us, I feared all was lost. How wrong I was. A good one, Matt. I hope to see you around again, and I hope you have a good night. We must tell the children at once. They've always been so fond of Hori. I worry that Argrimus, or yeah, wait, or no, Argrimus, fucking sea wolves, is getting a bit carried away. But I suppose I can overlook it on this occasion. First Ochre, now Hori, a passing fancy I could suffer, but this, she's hopeless, utterly hopeless. Clemens. All these characters I've just forgotten the names of. Glad though I am to be home, I cannot help but think of those who have yet to return. Once we have settled in, I would join the search. Oh my, decisions. Huzzah, he has returned. Together, my brother and I shall serve the scions till the breaking of an eighth dawn. Ochre, what in the seven hells drove my little brother to come to Mordona? Why, you, brother, you and the scions, of course. For 1,000 days I trained that I might grow as strong as you, that I might fight alongside you. Yet now that you are here, I sense that you have surpassed me once more. No, do not tell me you trained with the Hanish, did you not? Your eyes do not deceive, brother. I have studied the trials of the braves and drunk deep of the souls of mine enemies. Holy shit, dude, chill. An unexpected but welcome reunion indeed, and a challenge besides. It would not do to be bested but by my little brother. Oh no, not after having come so far. I heard it all from Aliene. So where is she? If I'm to greet the songstress of Ul'dah, I would do so on my feet. To secret oneself in a ship's hold, to secure safe passage to a faraway land, this is a tale we know all too well. When they are well rested, I should like to seek a formal introduction. Why wait, my friend? Come, there's no need to be shy. Pray grant me a moment longer, at least, though I am happy to oblige you. My legs are rather less accommodating. We could do with more of that around here. Heartfelt reunions with stalwart companions brings a bloody tear to the eye. Pat pat. I think it's everyone. Yeah, it's everyone. Aliene, FME. Wow. It fills my heart with joy to see you both hale and hearty. And what of Higiri? She is well, though abroad on a mission at present. If it just wasn't the same without you. Welcome back, my lady. My visor's closed again. God damn it. Oh no. I just made it worse. It's been so long since I've seen them all like this. Too long. 'Twas the chaos born of my foolish ambition which forced them to flee. Though they returned, there are others yet missing, others whom we cannot forsake. We'll find them, Alphino. I know we will. Menphilia, Yida, Limo, every last one. And when they walk through those doors, we'll be here to welcome them home. With me at the head of the queue, of course. It'll all be like it was. Just you wait and see. Thancred and Kryl contacted us a short while ago. It would seem their foray into Castra Marianum bore fruit. They asked that we rendezvous with them and Yshola in Idleshire, where they will share their findings. Rude though it is to depart without speaking to the guest of honor, I expect she will forgive me if I return with her daughter. As long as I don't need to speak to any goblins, I will be happy. Please, please no gobby speak. I beg. I think that's the sightseeing person. I may be wrong. How is Flamine, by the way? Enchanting as ever, I trust. I shall have to pay my respects when time allows. 'Twas rather less than I had hoped, though mayhap I asked too much. My apologies. I see I am the last to arrive, so what news have you for us? Well, as we postulated, there were indeed what appeared to be the remnants of an unexplained disturbance in the aether at the scene of the ultimate weapon's destruction. A ripple at odds with the presiding pattern. Though faint, the waveforms bore a strong resemblance to those observed following the destruction of the Isle of Vale, when I believed Hydaelyn shielded me with the blessing of light. To confirm our findings, we paid a visit to the Sildith aqueducts. There we detected the same waveform, but orders of magnitude larger, as one would expect of a more recent disturbance. Hydaelyn, there is no other explanation. But there is more. When I studied the site where Yshola used to flow, it appeared that not 2 but 3 beings had been affected. Yet unlike Yshola and Thancred, there was no trail to follow. Our unknown third party was simply there, and then not there. Now, recall your visions of a vast crystal floating in a sea of aether. Though this too is but a theory, studies of gifted subjects suggest that, when communicating with Hydaelyn, we briefly leave our bodies behind. So, let us consider the facts. 1. Hydaelyn interceded. 2. A third being was caught in Yshola's flow and vanished without a trace. And 3. Hydaelyn may have the capacity to summon the consciousness of gifted individuals to her side. You are implying, I take it, that Hydaelyn guided Menphilia into the compass of my magic, that she might summon her, body and soul, unto the ethereal sea. In which case, we must needs continue our search there. For a blessing, the means to do so already exists. I speak of the Antitower, a Charlian construction conceived to provide scholars a vantage point over the ethereal sea. Though I know not where its entrance lies, we need only ask its last custodian, a contrary old crone who, for another blessing, refused to join the Exodus. Master Matoya was the keeper of the Antitower. I had no idea. Uh-oh. Oh, Lord. Then our course is clear. We must petition her aid once again. Okay. I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? Yes, I am. Back at it again with the spoiler mount. Love to see it. I've been I've been playing Gundam Evolution off and on, just in my time, whenever I'm not doing dailies and jazz and 14. And it's a really fun hero shooter. It's certainly crushed any intention I ever had of going back to Overwatch, which I wouldn't have done anyway, seeing as the original Overwatch is dead, and I would sooner die than support what they've decided to do with it. But it's really entertaining. It is a shame the way that they've chosen to monetize it, though. I get it's a free game, but I genuinely really feel that there should be some reasonable way to acquire the blue currency that isn't time-gated and likely extremely limited, because I can all but guarantee that as soon as all of the beginner challenges are gone, that's it. That's what you get. And after that, the only way to get more of the currency is grinding out, I think, a maximum of 2,000 per season pass, which is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous that's the only way to get that currency. Bar minimum, running matches should give you some small amount. Like 10, right? So it would still take like inordinately a long time to get them, but you're still making some consistent progress towards unlocking the suits. Because you need 2,000 to get one suit. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Oh, what a surprise. Well, what secrets have you come to extract from me this time? Though it pains me to admit it, your words strike close to the mark. We humbly ask that you grant us entry to the Anti-Tower, that we might use it to seek a friend we believe has been transported to the Ethereal Sea. And who... Sorry about that. Again, hopefully somewhere around the 20th, give or take, early next month, life will be good, and my streaming schedule will become not awful for EST. Okay. And who told you I could do such a thing, I wonder? Aw, man, I want... If no one's made the edit, we need Yustola doing the bleh meme. You know the one. Man, what happened to all of my skill at searching? There it is. There it is. Oh, come on. Why can't I just copy-paste an image in? Excuse me while I learn how to use OBS, apparently. All of this for a shitty referential joke. Is it worth it? No. No, certainly not. But here I am anyway. Here I am. Making a fool of myself. Here we go. Save. Yes, I want to replace the temp folder, or file. There. Browse. Pictures. Yep. This thing right here. I didn't even, yeah, amazing. Oh no. Be gone from this world, shitty meme. I'm gonna leave that element there. I'm gonna forget about it. I'm gonna accidentally turn it on one day. I'm gonna, what the fuck is this? The tower was abandoned to its magical keepers 15 years ago. They have the run of the place now. If that is no deterrent to you, then by all means. Is that all? I felt sure you would seek to dissuade us from our course, given your role as custodian. Role? Hardly. The Forum foisted the title upon me. During the Exodus, every entrance to the Anti-Tower was sealed save one. No entry. My role consists of making sure no one with ill intent sneaks through it. Such was the Forum's final order to me. Well, I can remove the wards now. Will you be going or not? We will, Master Matoya. We will do whatever it takes to find Minfilia. We'll see about that. Arantel can go. Take the magicless rogue too, if you like. He's no use to me. The rest of you will stay and work, and I'll hear no argument. Those are my terms. Oh, and I should be delighted to accompany you. Lead the way, Arantel. Thinker, no. Your etheric flow has been compromised. Do not deny it. To venture into an environment so thick with aether, so close to the ethereal sea, would be to risk further impairment, or worse. But Minfilia could be in there, waiting for us. And you could die, and for what? If she's waiting beyond, Arantel will find her. Trust in him. Have faith. Damn it all. Bring her back to us. Sure. 100%. Very confident nod. I'm gonna do that. I guarantee it. No chance of failure. To be clear, I don't mind if you take others with you. I expect you'll need the help, but this lot are staying with me. The least she could do is let me go in Thancred's place. Meme. Long did I wonder what waited beyond that door. Several times in my youth I even tried to open it, but the wards placed upon it were far beyond my skill to dispel. Be that as it may, I hardly think the work of 3 scions fared trade for its opening. I wonder if he says anything. Fair enough. What about you? I would have expected him to be a repair merchant. More you know. Whatever it takes, you hear me? Whatever it takes. 100% thinker, pinky promise. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure what you'll need to do once you reach the bottom, but you've always been so resourceful, so... Do you have anything interesting to say? Ah, tis you kind of enter. Thanks you interested. Okay, yep, nope, that's we're doing the quest. Pay no mind. Yeah, that'll be all. Did I talk to Matoya? Right? Yes. Okay. Yep, she said, please take people with you. Oh, that's unfortunate. I wanted to see what they would use to justify it. Right, just the thing they've been using, eager thaumaturge. I'm gonna solo it. It is the off hours. I'm playing a DPS. I don't want to sit in queue for 10 minutes. I'm very sorry. I hope watching me utterly... Oh, You see, it's a good thing I'm going in unsynced, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to fix this, eh? Every fucking time. I really wish I could make a macro for that, but I don't believe I can. I believe I have looked through the macroable settings, and it's not one of them. Unfortunately. On subject of macros, briefly, I did earlier during the going through my mounts. I mentioned that I had set up a macro for my sound settings. It's largely redundant because I still have my two main sound managing buttons on my main hotbar. That being multi and single, and the auto switch, obviously. But sometimes I like listening to a music playlist I made. So I have a button that only turns off the BGM and somewhat lowers the overall master volume, because this game is extremely loud, it turns out. And I don't really feel like messing with my actual computer's audio mixing every time I want to listen to music inside. It feels nice being so overgeared that I can AoE single targets and still melts them. I didn't kill him? That's unfortunate. The Anti-Tower is a very pretty dungeon. Even if it is conceptually confusing. Namely, in that I really don't understand why the Sharlayans built it the way they did. It doesn't make an eminent amount of sense to me. Not that it's a tower pointing down, that's pretty necessary. You'll see what I mean once I get to there. Come at me, flame sprites. I forgot to meld my maiming set. I finally caved and spent my entire life savings on the crafted gear for most of my jobs. I didn't give full maiming to aiming, and I didn't give it to healer. Healer was an accident, and I'm probably gonna end up dropping another 2 fucking million to fully equip them. Aiming was intentional because I think there's one aiming job that I genuinely really enjoy, and that's Bard. I don't dislike Dancer, it's just not my thing, and Machinist makes me sad to think about. I need to stop cutting off my rotation. This new hotbar it's killing me slowly, man. This is what I mean. Sharlayan, why are you like this? Why did you feel the need to do this? What logical benefit did doing this have? Unrelated, no. It took me like over 10 runs to realize why this place was so weird, and that it's because it's all upside down. Like, I'm sure there's a very interesting, very in-depth lore explanation of why the interior of the anti-tower is designed upside down. Some weird thing to do with like ethereal manipulation or whatever. But it's just bizarre. It makes for a very striking dungeon though, so you know. It serves its purpose of being like a miniature set piece. Damn it. Ready to grab the box, and then the boss should be right on the corner. This boss is a Final Fantasy IV reference. Possibly other Final Fantasy games. I'm only aware of the 1 and 4. I don't like them. This is a cool boss. I want to say this is the first time a boss has directional blocking. I'm very excited to be running roulettes a week from now, and realizing I'm wrong. And like something in like Amdapor Keep, level 50 has directional blocking, and I'm just an idiot. I forgot about it. I can feel my lore master card that I totally have, guys. I swear, spontaneously combusting. I didn't think about this. I've made mistakes. The world record speedrun is lost. Very fitting. My visor's down again. Damn it all. A very fitting boss for the season. It's a shame that I'm not getting to Endwalker in October. Endwalker's really fitting for Halloween. Like, holy shit. New Highland voice actor, who dis? Oh, what was that sound? Did that come through in stream? Or was it like a weird knocking sound? Like a 8-bit snare.
Journeyed unto me, as I knew thou wouldst.
Oh, this is voice. I can auto. Beautiful. Let's go. Come on. Come on. You can do it. There we go.
We are the word of the mother. We, who were once called Minfilia. Much time hath passed for thee since the bloody banquet, since I hearkened to her word. Mother, Hydaelyn guided me towards Y'shtola and Thancred, that I might be swept up in their flow and delivered unto the ethereal sea. There, adrift and alone, her voice silent once more, I prayed for those we had lost, for those we can yet save. To her I would make an offering. We speak now with one voice, one will, one word. Unto thee we bequeath the most precious of gifts, the truth which lieth at the heart of this world. Thus do we beseech thee once more. Hear, feel, think. Before there was life, in the depths of the ethereal sea, light and dark did once dwell as one. But the darkness coveted power, and the balance was broken. Thus was I forced to banish him unto the distant heavens, to forever remain apart, alone bound. In sundering the star did we cry out, and the barriers twixt planes chanced to falter. Across 10 and 3 were we then divided, reflections of the source, each possessed of a shard. Zodiac longeth to be made whole. For his restoration, for his resurrection, his servants labor without cease. They seek to tear down the barriers which surround the source. Thus do they rejoice in their ardor, in your calamities, for each marks a rejoining. Seven times have they succeeded. 7 times hath the darkness grown stronger. 7 times have I failed. The scions cannot be suffered to continue. This is my final. The crystal's power is all but spent. With what remains, I will return you to the shore of the ethereal sea. Blessed children, go forth and seek.
Well, Minfilia's dead. Isn't that a kicker? Big F. Rewatching that with the context of Endwalker, it's certainly interesting.
Thank the 12. Did you find her? Did you find Minfilia?
Am I getting an option? No option. What a shame.
The word of the mother. I'm not sure I understand.
Nor am I. Cryer? As unbelievable as it sounds, I see no reason to doubt her. The word's tale. No one was more sensitive to the will of Hydaelyn than Minfilia. And if Hydaelyn has grown so weak that she can barely make herself heard, it is not hard to see why Minfilia, having joined with her, might struggle to maintain her own form.
What? Why would she need to maintain her own form? Are you saying she's gone?
Rip Minfilia. Big sad.
But that cannot be! Not now. Not after all we have accomplished. We were meant to usher in the dawn's light together.
And now
She
fucking...
threw herself on the fire to fuel your dawn's light, boy. You'll just have to usher it in on your own.
Fucking Montoya about to be a goddamn savage.
Must you be so ungentle?
Tell me about the scions, boy.
The scions of the Seventh Dawn lay before Eorzea's salvation. Whenever the realm is threatened, be it by Primal, Ascian, Garlean, or any other, we take up arms in her defense, that all in Eorzea may live to see a brighter tomorrow.
And that's very noble of you. But in chasing after these lofty goals of yours, you seem to have lost sight of some basic truths. To win a war, you must be willing to do whatever it takes. To fight, to kill, and if necessary, to die. The path you've chosen is paved with the dead. Walk it with your eyes open, or not at all.
I know the truth of which you speak, and have from the first. If the Ascians will go to any length to resurrect their god, then we must needs be as committed to our cause, to unmask them and their schemes, and to crush them both utterly. Come, there is much to be done.
Yes, of course.
Such a good fucking scene. Just another step into Alphino's development.
Thancred, wait! No, this is all wrong.
Pat Alphino, you'll get there in the end. Something grief, something. 'Tis a blessed few who get to choose how and when How and when and for what they die. Now not that you need reminding, I suppose, but that boy, for all the suffering he has known, he still clings to the notion that there is a cosmic justice, a morality by which we are saved or condemned, and there isn't. She's not coming back, is she? Oh, man. I know that. I do. To give all of her beliefs was ever her way. So will we? So we must. With what greater calling could there be than to stand against the dark as defenders of the light? And yet, where does it end? The sacrifice, the loss. I must ask that you not breathe a word of this to any of the others of the Rising Stones, especially Flamine. I will brief Jataru on what we have learned, as well as Oriange. He may have insight into what the word has told us. As for you, Arantel, after all you've done, I would say you've earned a rest. But speaking of well-earned rewards, I received a missive from Sir Emmerich while you were away. It would seem he's planning a ceremony of some sort and would like you to attend. He did not divulge the details, preferring instead to explain in person. Mayhap you should pay him a visit. Okay, visor's already open. We're good. Let's go. I still haven't reached the dungeon. I'm growing curious when exactly that is in the MSQ. It'd be really funny if the dungeon I'm thinking of... No, because that's the... No, that's the very end. Wow, I've really lost track of the order of events in this part of the MSQ. Ah, Master Melfriend, the Lord Commander, yada yada yada. You say the same thing every time.
A pleasure to see you again, my friend. I take it you received our invitation. Good, good. You of all people should be present. When the true brothers of the faith seized control of the vault, I feared the worst. Yet in adversity were we blessed with the promise of peace between man and dragon through Vidofnir's timely rescue of an innocent child. Timely, I say, though miraculous or providential might better describe the event. The gods themselves could not have devised a more fitting symbol of hope. Needless to say, we could scarce let such an opportunity pass us by. Which is why I set about making formal arrangements for a peace conference between our peoples. You and yours have done more to bring us together than any, and it is only right that you attend. But I confess that is not the only reason I would be glad to have you there. Given Nidhogg's implacable opposition to the peace, it is possible that he and his followers may attempt to disrupt proceedings, in which event, your presence would be a comfort to all in attendance. Pray understand, I have no wish to invite the worm's ire, but if our fractured nation is to heal, if we are to move forward as a people united, then we must do whatever is necessary to bring about lasting change.
Oh, shit. You still not recover from being fucking stabbed. Maybe a brief
Does nothing.
repeat is in order?
Lucia cautioned me against giving vent to my passions, lest my wounds reopen.
Do you want a cure? I can swap the white mage.
Easy reaching out to our opponents in Ishgard, many of whom sympathized with the actions of the true brothers. But in so doing, we have limited the influence of the zealots.
The people are ready, my friend. This conference must go ahead. I knew you would understand. The conference will take place on the border of Ishgardian and Dravanian territory in Falcon's Nest. Lucia is there, seeing to the final preparations even as we speak. Pray join her at your earliest convenience. It would not do for the guest of honor to arrive late, after all. Oh, and one more thing.
Aye.
A drink! We should make time for one. Once the conference is concluded, I mean. By my reckoning, 'tis long overdue.
That's a fucking death flag if I've ever seen one. Cough, cough, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Like, seriously, that is such a massive death flag. Like, unbelievable. It's like when fucking, it is like almost like exactly when like, Horse Fawn is like, oh, after we're done taking out the Archbishop, we should like go on an adventure or some shit. Whatever it was fucking, Horse Fawn said exactly. Like, oh yeah, no, you're fucking dying. It's like, it's over. Like the instant the opportunity opens up, you're fucking gone. Hey, it's that mount. I'm not a crafter, so I can't get that mount. Alternatively, that's a shop mount. But that is a shop mount, because the mount I'm thinking of is the giant dandelion, and that's the Mool mount. This is not. So, no. Ah, the Lord Commander said you would come, Arentel. As you can see, preparations for the conference are proceeding apace. Mark well the curtain above. It is indeed a curtain. It conceals a relief that will be unveiled during the conference. The masons labor day and night to see it finished on schedule. Sir Emmerich wanted a symbol which would endure long after this conference is concluded. I think he will be pleased with the result. I did it again. I keep hitting fucking Alt-Tab, man. It was not my war, but I made it mine, and to see it draw closer to a resolution fills me with a strange hope. His faith is infectious, is it not? His certainty that we can be better than we are? Forgive me, I am rambling. You must be tired from your journey. Go, rest. I will not keep you. Dude, you know what the Warrior of Light needs about now? A nice hearty drink. Oh. Okay. If you would rather not take a rest, then why not take a walk around Falcon's Nest, make your presence known to the people and so forth. In addition to those who have come from far and wide to attend the ceremony, you may meet Lord Artoriel. I've already forgotten the real pronunciation. My bad. I'm sure I'll never hear it again. And Emenelaine, who have graciously volunteered their services. They should be glad to see you. Now, if you would excuse me, I must needs return to my duties. Whoa. That light is really fucking harsh. Holy shit. I thought my fucking graphics were glitching out for a second there. I'm glad to see that the rumors were true. Well met, Master Malfriend, and fear not, I have no intention of begging your aid with this or that. Everything appears to be in order. My only lingering concern is that one of the convectors might not have been informed of our plans. As I recall, Vidofnir passed directly over their encampment. The last thing we need is a glory-seeking nobleman attempting to slay a Dravanian ambassador to a peace conference. My enunciation is getting worse and worse. I need to get water soon. 6 bells, the foreman will have me head. Poor man, he's already gone. Do you know when everything's set to begin? I wasn't sure how many might come, so I thought it best to come early and find a spot with a great view. When I heard that Sir Emmerich was planning to make a speech, I knew I couldn't miss it. I mean, the man risked his own neck to rescue those hostages. How often do we get heroes like that in this day and age? And he's more than a fighter, too. He's a thinker, he is. He's got plans to better our lives, to change things, and he'll do it by the Fury. Me and my friends and family, we all believe he can do it. bloody exciting, isn't it? It not just peace with the dragons, but with them heretics besides. Don't misunderstand. We've all got a healthy fear of being bathed in dragon fire. That being said, the heretics did far more to hinder our efforts here in the past. So hearing that we're close to reconciliation comes as a great relief. We got good friend Toriel over here. How much has changed since we fought alongside each other in the vault? If you had told me then that we would soon be hosting a peace conference, I would have thought you a naive fool. Yet here we are, preparing to make that fantasy a reality. Here I am, laboring to make it so. Lord Artoriel, if I may. Certainly, First Commander. How may I be of service? Some of the convictors are refusing to stand down. The majority are willing to do so, but a small party have instead pledged to engage any Dravanians bound for Falcon's Nest. Fury take me, they would defy Sir Emarek's commands if they dare attack Vidofnir. It will not come to that, but to see that it does not, we must needs hasten to their encampment. They should be far more reluctant to oppose us were a Lord of House Fortom's present. I understand completely. Let us depart at once. But ere we do, I must ask, would you look after Menelaine while I am away? As you know, he's ever been an impulsive, changeable, right? I don't feel confident that's changeable child, but recently he seems to have been suffering from a bout of melancholy. I thought to lift his spirits by having him assist with guard duty, a simple but honorable charge, unlikely to expose him to danger given the presence of so many other knights. Alas, he has taken no interest, and I fear he may abandon his post in my absence. All I ask is that you keep an eye on him until I return, exhausting though that may be. I'm glad you understand the pain that you are subjecting me to. Thank you, my friend. I promise I will not be gone long. Okay, I'm going to step away for about 3 minutes. I'm going to grab myself some water, probably drink some of that water, pace around for a bit, but I'll be back very soon. Oh, Schweig. Sorry, I was gone for a little bit longer than I was expecting. My cat demanded attention, and I could not refuse. I should have muted for that too. Okay, muting after the fact's not gonna fix it. Holy shit. Okay, where's the button? There's the button. Okay, right back into it. But was that Lord Artoriel leaving with the first commander just now? I'm rather busy at the moment, old boy, guarding this tavern, as it were. Oh, I see now. Artoriel thought I might be derelict in my duties, eh? The nerve of my brother to question my dedication. But since you are here, mayhap I can put you to proper use. The wasteland beyond the walls must be kept safe for travelers, yet I have been forbidden from leaving Falcon's Nest. It wouldn't do for our esteemed guests to be devoured by wolves. Oh no! Yet that is precisely what will happen if we do not call the roaming packs. Your map, if I may, right there. Those are the points our scouts marked for patrol. I'll leave you to it, old boy. Come, Monoroy, I must return to my rounds. Oh dear, do be careful, my lord. It's wolves, like level 5 MMO fodder stuff. I'll be fine. And I'm level 90. Entertainingly enough, because when I first got to Heaven's Word, I didn't understand literally anything about gear at all. I found there was quite a sharp difficulty spike when entering Heaven's Word, as I rapidly became aware of how awful everything I was wearing was. I didn't even learn about Ironworks stuff until like the second job I was getting up to that level. It wasn't good. It was in fact awful. Oh shit, it survived. Honestly, it's just more embarrassing that he auto-killed it. Let's be perfectly real here. Terrible imposition though it was, I am relieved that my lord did not think to tend to the wolves by himself. And on Malfren, Wolf's Bane, it pleases me to inform you that I have completed my rounds, and that all is well in Falcon's Nest. Oh, there was a grizzled fellow looking for you. You know, the one who made the arsonist confess. Clever, that. Thancred, was it? He was asking after you. Anyway, once I noticed the garnished weapons he was sporting, I deemed it a waste to leave him be. I dispatched him to an area I neglected to mark on your map. Yes, this one. If you hurry, he might still be there. Nope, nothing. Stop it. Stop. Immediately. I suppose we could simply wait here for your friend to return, but if you are feeling impatient, you are free to go and look for him. Good shit. Another spoiler dog, you love to see it. I'm excited to getting to where these guys are from. I'm pretty sure I can solo all of them. Though I will have to use a tank. Like, I don't think I'll be able to do it without DPS. It's a hard maybe, but probably not. Doing it with... Oh, you know what? I might not be able to solo them. I'm reasonably confident that at least one of them has a mechanic that would essentially make it impossible to solo them. Fancy meeting you here, Arantel. 'Twas fortunate I came when I did. Those two would not have fared well against the wolves on their own. The young lord wasted no time taking advantage of you, did he? And me, I suppose. Let us return to Falcon's Nest then, and see what other thrilling tasks he may have for us. I could have talking to the Talking? I could have spoken with the heretic. Damn it all. I wonder what they're doing. I think there's a samurai quest down there. So maybe that's what they're up to. None of my business, but you know, it's occasionally entertaining to speculate on what the other people in this online game are doing. Okay. It's always the younger one, every time, without fail. What? How wonderful you found Master Thane created as ever. I could not help but fear the worst. Oh! Yeah, I get what he means now. That took a hot second to sink in. And there they are, a pair of gallant heroes, if I ever saw them, comrades in arms, reunited at last. By your selfless sacrifice, have you guaranteed the safety of our many guests. On behalf of Ishgard, I thank you both. And with that, there is naught left to do but to enjoy our well-earned respite. Don't target the... I'm sorry, my lord, truly I am. Selfless sacrifice indeed. Oh, and this should of course go without saying, but let's keep those last few favors between us, yes? Artoriel wouldn't understand. Right then, the first floor of those barracks has been converted into a tavern for the duration of the conference. Why don't you go and have something to eat? For once, a suggestion with which I agree. Go on ahead, Arantel. I will join you when on. I'm sure this will end wonderfully. Nothing bad could possibly happen. This is like your normal adventuring fare, going to a tavern and having some mead. You know, a real D&D moment. See, they've already hit the mead.
Welcome.
Oh, it's his voice.
Find yourself an
I forgot
empty
about
seat
that.
and I'll be with you in a moment.
Man, she seems like such a trustworthy person. Okay, I gotta chill out. I gotta tone it back a little bit.
Cold out, isn't it? Here, a mug on the house. Let's get some colour back in them cheeks. Freed food will be a bit longer than usual. We've got a lot of hungry folk to feed, what with the conference and all. Oh, so many people with cause to celebrate. To think there could be peace in our time, after all them years of fighting. When I heard about the conference, I knew I had to come. I knew I had to be here, to do my bit. My husband, he died fighting the dragons, you see. And here we are, about to break bread with him.
Quick! Swap to White Mage, cast Suna! God, what a fucking twist.
You were right, mother. You look tired. Reckon you could do with a good long rest? After all you've done, I say you've earned it.
This was such a good fucking twist the first time I went through. Like, oh my god.
Sleep now. Sleep. Sleep and leave us to our affairs.
This was never your fight.
My fight's wherever I damn well think it is, friend. Do you know how much bullshit the Warrior of Light gets dragged into ass backwards without any desire to actually take part? Something, something, something Dark Knight questline, anyway.
My son. They told me he walks in Halone's halls. Him and the rest of his unit.
They told me the same.
I know her
I
voice
expect they think it's
actor.
comforting.
She plays a character who comes up
Every time I
later.
come, I cry.
Okay,
I cannot
okay.
bear to
I'll
remember,
probably forget to mention
but
it.
to
Don't worry
forget
about
would be
it.
1,000 times worse. Yet that is what they would have us do. Accept this truth for the sake of peace. Bury the past and look to the future. But he was my future. My flesh and blood. My heart.
Is this it? We're the only ones with the courage to oppose this madness? Cowards, a lot of them. They think only of the prize, of the peace Sir Emmerich promises them. They know in their hearts it's a lie, but they go along with it anyway, desperate fools. But not I. Not I! I see the worm that killed my brother in my dreams every night, and I will not rest until he lies broken at my feet. Him and every last one of his accursed kin. All this nonsense about Kings of Eld, as if I care what they did or didn't do, makes no difference to me and mine. Have the dragons sued for peace in 1,000 years? Are they bollocks? It's a bloody ruse is what it is, and Sir Emmerich and the rest of them bloody fallen for it.
But what can we do? They believe, and naught we can say will ever change their minds. Whether we like it or not, man and dragon will come together at Vulcan's Nest, and all will be forgiven. Forgiven and forgotten.
No. I will not let that happen. They will remember the true face of the enemy. I will show it to them. And we will rise up against them once more.
She's about ready to make Ishgard great again.
Hey! Hey! This is no time for napping.
What chaos has ensued?
Do you have your wits about you? Good. Come with me. We have a crisis on our hands.
Chaos, calamity, pandemonium. I'm pretty sure all those things just come up in this game at some point. Oh, they have. Shit. Bring up screenshots. What the
Hear
fuck?
me, brothers and sisters. Do not be fooled by the honeyed words of the Dravarnians. The peace peace they promise.
Why'd you throw an extra R in there?
Slaughter.
Why are people on the ground? What
Your
happened here?
husbands and wives never returned from war. Your children torn apart by fang and claw. All your loved ones show no mercy. Does not your heart cry out for vengeance? Your blood boil at the injustice? Remember the face of your enemy, brothers and sisters. Remember it, and strike back!
You there! Don't just stand around gawping! Do something, man! Stop her!
Yes, my lord.
You know? Maybe we are a little hard on the Menelane.
See here the true nature of the Highborn. With
I
lies
know.
and deception
Like,
they lead us to our doom. And dare we
shocking
raise our
things
voices
coming
in
out of me
dissent?
saying, you know,
Death is our
maybe a
reward.
Menelane isn't wholly wrong here.
This is the choice they have given us, brothers and sisters. Death by dragon's fang, or death by nobleman's command. Death to all we hold dear. I spit on your choices, noblemen! You will take no more from me! No more! No more!
Originally, I'd Mandela affected myself into thinking that he literally told the guard to shoot. No, he just okay. Like,
What have you done?
don't get me wrong, a Menelane's still kind of fucked up,
I only
but
acted
like
as you
it's
ordered, my lord.
more understandable level of fuck up than like willfully creating a martyr.
I gave no such order. I did not. I never meant for anyone to...
I dare say that could not have played out any worse, given the first commander and Lord Artoriel are not here to take control of the situation. I spoke with a messenger who said they would be returning shortly, but until they do, naught will be done. Lord Menelane is retreated to the barracks and is refusing to speak to anyone. Therefore, it falls to us to ensure that order has been fully restored. Come, let us walk the streets and speak with the people. My wife and I fell while fleeing with the others at first. The Chirurgeons tended to our bruises afterwards. Those mad fools have ruined everything, and for what? Ooh, this guy's named. They were wrong to resort to violence, but when I heard her speak, her words were as a dagger in my heart. Who are we to decide that enough is enough, that their calls for justice can never be answered? Will this be the end of it, or will there be others like them and the true brothers? I do not want to bear steel against my kinsmen ever again. I do not know if I even can. I'd heard the rumors that the young lord was a drunken fool. What imbecile thought it would be a good idea to let him have the run of Falcon's Nest? Well, I say him and Sir Emmerich take their bloody change and shove it up their arses. I'll not be taken in by that rod again. Ooh, I got the hippo. Well, what say you? Well, it could be worse. So the violence is past, but the people are far from recovered. That is to be expected. For the moment, it appears that no innocents were harmed by the guards. The blame for all casualties can be placed squarely upon the protesters. Nevertheless, the people will not soon forget the image of a young lordling ordering the public execution of an unarmed protester, one whose words resonated with the hearts of many. After all, who among us has not lost loved ones? Pat Thankred, I know. Lord Artoriel, the first commander, should have returned by now. To the tavern, then. Their first order of business will be to speak with Lord Amenelaine, and I somewhat doubt that he has moved on ilm since last we saw him. Where is he? I guess he's beyond. Oh, I'm just blind. I'm just blind. No! Pain. My apologies. Oh, no, it's Otto. It's all falling apart. My apologies, Arentel. I bear full responsibility for this debacle. There will be time for that later. I, for one, am more concerned about picking up the pieces. What do we do now? Or, what do we know? According to initial reports, the protest was orchestrated by the young woman whom Lord Amenelaine ordered shot. She and her conspirators infiltrated Falcon's Nest, posing as servants and guests. Several were taken alive, others resisted and were struck down. Still others took their own lives. Our forces suffered casualties as well, but by the grace of the Fury, no civilians were seriously injured. Still more remarkably, the ringleader yet lives. For the time being, at least, the Kyrusians are doing what they can for her, but she may not live through the night. Given their impeccable timing, it is likely that the convectors who drew us away from the hamlet were in league with the protesters. Accordingly, we have detained them for questioning. I'll be sworn that these villains spent as much time plotting the failure of this peace conference as we did its success. Well, if the mood of the hamlet is any indication, theirs have been more fruitful labors. In the wake, theirs have been the more fruitful labor. Damn. In the wake of the protests, the people seem disillusioned. You spoke with them then, I see. Sir Emmerich places trust in me. It will be difficult to explain what has happened here. Remember how far we have come, First Commander. The people's faith may be shaken, but we convinced them before, and we will do so again. If we can but find a means to remind them, to show them once more the promise that change holds for all, then this tragedy too shall pass into the past. We must pray that you are right. Nevertheless, for the time being, I have no choice but to suspend the peace conference, pending Sir Emmerich's final decision. Under the circumstances, I cannot leave Falcon's Nest. Arentel, will you deliver my report to the Lord Commander in my stead? Get up, Amenelaine. You're going with him. Go on without me. I was not asking. You will answer for your actions in person. Is that clear? Yes, my lord. Come, Honoroi. The manservant is not here. In fact, I have not seen him for some time. Honoroi? I could have sworn he was... Oh, and shit. I too had best remain here for a time. I should hope that the worst is past, but it is too early to say for certain. Once I have determined that my presence is no longer required, I will return to the capital as well. Pray give my regards to the Lord Commander. Do you have anything to say? Pray forgive me, my lord. It has been chaos since preparations of the conference began. I need all the help I could get, and how was I to know? I only realized what had happened after we inspected the mug. Master Thankred tells me it was a sleeping agent of some sort. Yeah, I could tell that. I know exactly where to go. There he is.
Onawa!
Ooh, his voice. Oh, I know his voice. It's coming back to me. I love this. I love this cutscene. It's such a good cutscene.
No, no. What have they done to you? Onawa! Onawa!
I'm also pronouncing his name wrong because, of course, I am. I don't know why I bother anymore.
Is that you, my lord? You seem rather flustered.
Because of you, you imbecile! What in the seven hells happened to you?
My apologies. Some few of the guests expressed a wish to leave, and I implored them to stay. It would seem they took issue with my request.
Oh, God,
You can't see it, can you?
if I had only been more careful with my words.
Do not blame yourself, my lord. I know that you and your brother have Ishgard's best interests at heart. That poor woman. She lives in the past, clinging to the memories of the lost. But the future holds so much promise, so much joy. And you know that better than any.
I think I know who else is this VA voices. Oh!
Onawa?
Onawa's dead. Rip.
Calm yourself. The boy will live. But it's imperative we get him inside and into the care of a Kairoujian without delay.
Oh, here it comes. Let's go.
Oh, we were so close! Why does it all have to fall to pieces? Don't they want to live in peace? Don't they want to be happy? We all want the same thing! And still it falls to pieces! Tell me, what was I supposed to do? Someone, anyone, tell me, what was I supposed to do?
Fucking warrior light, right? To be fair, if I was the one throwing the
looking to
punch,
others.
I'm not entirely
You
certain
make
he
your
would
choice
survive.
and you live with the
So
consequences.
it's probably for the best. I as in warrior of light, of course.
And what would you know about consequences? You who always know just what to say and just what to do. Your every deed is greeted with a round of applause.
Gone. Deleted.
You know nothing about me. I have fought tooth and nail for the people I hold dear. Done everything in my power to save them. And I have failed. Learn to live with it. I have.
Raw. Raw. Thanker the fucking legend. So good. Yeah, Honoroi is unconscious. I will take him to the Kairoujians. It is the least I can do. Get fucked. Okay, moving on. Oh, I love that cutscene. It's so good. I think the biggest problem with it is that Annihilane does not really grow as a person. Ever. At any point does his character develop. By any significant degree. I may have overreacted, but it needed to be done. He was becoming hysterical. I understand the desire to look for reasons or excuses, to convince yourself you had no choice. But the past is the past, and there's naught to be gained from reliving your mistakes. I know this, but he... I have no desire to wait for the lordling to emerge from his puddle of self-pity. We've important matters to attend in Ishgard. Why are all the best scenes just set in fucking Ishgard? I don't understand. This is a lie, but still, this game is so good. Oh, they do change, very minorly, not enough to justify me fucking reading them, but they do change. We received troubling reports from Falcon's Nest. What befell you there? Well, I got drugged, and then everything went to hell. This is voiced. Yep. Word of the demonstration and its resolution outstripped you, Arentel. Every man, woman, and child of Ishgard has heard the tale. 'Tis rumored that my youngest son's lack of judgment was to blame, of course. Such stories are prone to exaggeration. What exactly came to pass? Well, he didn't word something very carefully, and then all hell broke out following that. It's mostly his fault, but I think that some exception can be made. You know, just a little bit. I see. So that is the truth of it. Regardless of his intent, the result is undeniable. He has furthered the cause of these misguided few who cannot let go of the past. In an instant, the delicate peace we were poised to forge is once more beyond us. To dwell so deeply on the war and the vengeance it begets, only for that too to be taken away. Is it any wonder that they were left bereft? For what was their sacrifice? Have we not a show for our suffering? I thought peace a sufficient salve, but mayhap I was mistaken. We are warriors, Lord Edmond, and ours is a nation built on centuries of warfare. Right or wrong, this is who we are, and we deny it to our own peril. To hold on to the past without being beholden to it, aye, we must needs find a way to honor the sacrifice of our forefathers without glorifying it in their excuses. A difficult path to be sure. We dare not deny the scars which mar our nation's soul, lest we spur our other delusion souls to retrace them. But, as you say, we dare not revel in past glories either, for they are tainted all. A clear, unambiguous enemy and an undeniably righteous cause. 'Tis a bitter reflection, but lies though they were, they did serve to unite us. No truth will ever serve as well, I fear, yet we are not without options. At our last meeting, a proposal was tabled by the other members of the Eorzean Alliance for joint military exercises to strengthen the ties between our nations and test our readiness to meet with a common threat. I had thought to delay these exercises until after the peace conference, but mayhap a grand melee would be just the thing to lift our beleaguered spirits. A better still, an occasion for the Temple Knights and the Watch to take the field as allies, a unified Ishgardian force filled with men and women from all walks of life, which would stand against a coalition of the allied nations' finest. Hosted by Ishgard in the shadow of the Gates of Judgment, a victory under such circumstances would serve as a reaffirmation, nay, a declaration to all and sundry that we are strong and united as ever. Such a victory would do much to fan the flames of patriotism, it is true, but if we should be defeated, though even to hold our own against the cream of three nations might be presented as a triumph. Very well, you may count on my support, for what little it is worth. However, I have a request. I would have my son Amenelain take part in the grand melee. By his deeds has he brought shame upon Ishgard, and so by his deeds I would have him bring our nation honor. As you wish, my lord. If that is his desire, then it shall be so. Now then, we have no time to lose. Arantel, would you be so kind as to deliver my instructions to Lucia? I shall write to the Alliance leaders at once and begin making arrangements for the Grand Melee. So should you chance to see my son, pray inform him of his duty. If he has not already returned, he will soon enough, making every effort to avoid me. So that is their solution, a grand melee to unite the people. In what part would they have you play in this affair, I wonder? You whom they have taken into their confidence, upon whom they have come so heavily to rely. And will you oblige them when the proposition is made? Will you stand for Ishgard once more? Yeah, why not? We've come this far. I stand with my friends and comrades. Yeah, true. I'm gonna go with I stand with my friends and comrades on a nation. Yeah. A poor choice of words. For friends, tried and true. A poor choice of words. For friends, tried and true, then. What? I'm so confused what this means. What's a poor... What I said? What you said? I'm moving... I have to move on. I have to move on. For the friends tried and true them, the living and the lost. So, for this grand melee of his, Sir Emmerich wishes to field a force comprising both his Temple Knights and Hilda's Watch, yes? I can only imagine what she will have to say about that. In fact, curiosity compels me to go and see for myself. It occurs to me, how much of this dialogue is different if you haven't leveled up Machinist? Because I'm reasonably sure the Watch doesn't exist unless you do the Machinist quest line. Well met, Arantel. Have you spoken with Emmerich? That I have. Many things happened. Melee, stuff. I was aware of the Alliance's requests, so Sir Emmerich would turn these exercises into a spectacle for the masses. It is not that I doubt the efficacy of such a plan. Indeed, I know its effectiveness only too well, having witnessed it firsthand. Nevertheless, it has not once given me reason to doubt his intentions, and these are desperate times indeed. I will select knights for the event forthwith, and as for the Watch... Did he now? How considerate of Master Thancred to seek out our young watch commander of his own volition. Alas, he acted prematurely. Pray deliver this watch of this... Fucking... What's wrong with me? Pray deliver this list of watch candidates to Hilda. I will have her best men, not her most dispensable. Christ. Help. Let's go. I feel like this was already here. They wouldn't have added this much due to class changes. Bloody fool doesn't realize he'll have to sit this one out. If all the watch ran off with Sir Emmerich to play soldier, who'd be left to keep an eye on things here? Huzzah, we've been spoiling for a fight. We won't let Sir Emmerich down, you'll see. I thought you had something to discuss with the First Commander. Thancred's been telling me all about Sir Emmerich's grand soiree. Seems we're expected to join in. Not necessarily to invite us and all, but I hope he knows what he's doing, because we ain't dressed to dance with professional bleeding soldiers. Well, seems the commander's gone and handpicked her guests. Can't say I disagree with her choices, though. She's got a good eye. Will you be fighting too? Reckon I'd inspire the lads if you were. Might take their minds off getting their hides tanned and all. Think about it, eh? I have every intention to. I hate to ask, but you haven't seen our favorite lordling, have you? I thought not. On the assumption On the assumption that he is not to be found in his father's loving embrace, I suggest we split up and look for him. I will search Foundation and you the pillars. Off to the pill. I'm gonna use the Aetherite. I ain't running all the way there. You can't make me. Not happening. I'm gonna go. Oh, he's in the Cozy Air? I thought he was gonna be, Actually, that does make more sense. Never mind. Hello, Emenelaine. Ooh, by heavens, I am Imperial Soul. Neat. I carry on Roy to the manor. Our best Chirurgeons are tending to him as we speak. He is yet to wake, but surely he will. So Father has volunteered me for this grand melee of theirs. My beloved family, always making decisions for me. No, it's not like that. It's just, you wouldn't understand. How could you? You are free to be the man you want to be, whereas I am a son of House Fortomps. Don't you see? My future was determined before I was born. What else could I not do? What I could do and could not do? Right or wrong, that was the way of it, until the old order began to crumble. Now we wander amidst the rebels, searching for a purpose, for a place. All around me, brave men and women rise to the occasion with faith and conviction that they dedicate themselves to their causes. But not I. I was terrified of making the wrong choice, which is why I let better men make them for me. Do this, do that, take this duty, guard this conference. I suppose I had convinced myself I was above it, until your friend showed me otherwise. When I saw Anna Roy, I wanted to scream, I wanted to blame, but in the end, there was only me. Only me. So you see, I cannot meekly bow my head and accept Father's command. Such cowardice is what brought me to this point. I will go to Sir Emmerich, and I will make my own decision. See, you know, there's hints of character growth. They're there, they exist. I'm like quarter tempted to run this as machinist, but I have a theme to stick to. And I feel like it'll make part of the event less impactful if I go in there with a gun. The Lord Commander is not to be disturbed. May I ask what matter demands his personal attention? Yeah, Honorary. I see. Very well. You may enter. I'm getting voiced vibes.
Lord Commander, if I may, I wish to speak with you before the Grand Melee.
Proceed.
How do you do it, my lord? How do you lead with such certainty, when so many of our countrymen will not hear of peace with the Dravanians? Some of them hate you almost as much as the dragons themselves. They decry you as a patricide in the streets. They even tried to kill you, for God's sakes. Yet still you march on, undaunted, where no archbishop dared to tread. What is your secret? Where do you find the strength?
For centuries, our nation has been punished for the sins of our forefathers. If our punishment is to end, I believe we must right the wrongs of antiquity and move forward as a nation united. Needless to say, my father did not share this opinion. He did not believe the people strong enough to bring about their own deliverance, trusting only in himself. Tyranny seemed to him the only solution. But I have faith in the people, Lord Amanalain. I have faith that they will weather this storm and overcome every trial we set before them. Many have fought and died to see this blight upon our nation's history cleansed, and I would not let their sacrifices be in vain. Though we invite reprisals, the risk is worth the reward.
I want to believe. I do. Lord Commander, through my careless orders, a pall has been cast over these proceedings, and I beg the opportunity to make amends. I, Amanalain de Forton, do hereby request leave to take part in the Grand Melee.
Who am I to deny such a heartfelt plea? We would be honored to have you join the fray, my lord.
You'll take charge of the Ishgardian forces?
For all my other responsibilities, I am still Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, and I would not soon yield this duty to another.
The esteemed Sir Emeric leading the Temple Knights and the Watch into battle along with my youngest. I could wish for no more.
Then you wish for too little, my lord. There is another who might yet join the fray. An indispensable ally to whom we owe much and more.
Oh no, dude! I'm sorry. I'm gonna take a nap over there, man. It's fine.
An adventurer beholden to none, who nevertheless chose to champion our cause, who has shared in our suffering and in our glory. A warrior without equal, who I am privileged to call a friend. There is no one I would rather have fighting by my side. I ask this in full knowledge of your obligations, and will not think less of you should you refuse. But if your conscience will allow it, might you oblige me, my friend, one more time?
Hell yeah. I seem to remember. Fuck.
Together we shall give the
I seem
people
to remember there
spectacle
being
for the
a
ages,
text box there,
celebration
like
to mark the
options.
dawning of a new era.
Huh. I could have sworn it gave you response options there. Oh well. Thus is life. I seem to have misremembered quite a few things about this expansion, to be frank. We would not have come this far were it not for you, Arentel. It has been an honor and a privilege. God's help me, I think I might be in love. It might be love, God. I dare say it might be cheating, too. Your mere presence is enough to turn the tide of most battles. And did you see the way his eyes lit up when you nodded? 'Twas a look of boundless relief and joy. One would think a politician more practiced at concealing his emotion. Still, his honesty does him credit. For a moment, I was fair inspired to pledge myself to the cause, but that would be improper. This is their fight and yours, but not mine. Stop. Mayhap I ought to fight for the other side. You know, even the odds. I'd be up for it. Why not? Sir Emeric informs me that the Alliance leaders have agreed to his proposal. The Grand Melee will be held here, in the shadow of the Gates of Judgment, and in sight of the capital. An announcement has been made, and Allied forces are currently en route. The eyes of Ishgard are upon us, Arentel. We must not fail. A rare opportunity to see you pit yourself against Allied forces outside of Cardinal, perhaps. I would not miss this for the world. Hell yeah. Let's go. I think I can just use the Aetheryte, right? Well, they don't drop so outside the gates of judgment. I think. Yeah, nice and convenient. Very convenient. Ooh, there's tons of people to talk to. Got a Flame Herald. Captain Malfred, you honor us with your presence. There is Scurrilus. I know this word. What is that word? I'm sorry. I know that I know this word, and I cannot forgive myself if I don't.
Scurrilus.
Scurrilus. Maybe I don't know that word. There's a scurrilous rumor going around that you'll be taking the field with the Ashgardians. It isn't true, is it? Yeah, it's a little awkward, but I'm sure it'll be fun. I mean, often highborn dandies deign to fight alongside us hoi polloi. Like all our name days rolled into one, it is. Then again, it's our national pride that's at stake, national and personal. I ain't about to let a snotty-nosed lordling show me up. The second commander and Hilda's lieutenants shall see to the security of the city in my absence. The melee demands my undivided attention. 'Tis a matter of pride for the Alliance as well. They will not scruple to send their best against us. Yet we must not be cowed, lest too much rests on our success. It looks to be a veritable who's who of the Eorzean Alliance. The only question is, who came to watch and who came to fight? Definitely, Nanamo. Definitely not Nanamo. 100%. 100%. Nanamo's gonna rock up and wipe the battlefield. I feel like, is that it? I suppose it is. Hi. There he is. When you didn't appear, when you didn't appear, I began to question it. Nothing. Never mind. Ahem. To think that they're what? Weird. Anyway. Ahem. To think that we are mere moments away from facing the cream of Eorzean soldiery in battle. That I am mere. What if? What am I saying? I have to stop imagining the worst. I must think of the victory, of the glory, of the stories I will tell Honoroi when he awakens. I am still pronounced. Damn it! I just heard his name pronounced too. Oh well, I don't know why I keep trying with these Elzen names. Are you ready, old boy? Are you? It's literally like at least with Seawolf names, you pronounce most of the consonants. But the fury, how can I forget? Father bid me present this to you. I know it is sudden, but we believe the men would find it inspiring if you wore the colors of House Fort Thompson to battle. Pray do us this honor. Sure. I should have gotten like a stock standard spear and just temporarily glamoured that. We got Raban, Perpipin, and other people I don't know. Wait a minute. I think these are all of the like special captain people you talk to get the Chocobo quest. Look before all the different alliances.
Let all here present heed well the rules of engagement.
Fuck! Oh. The Grand Melee is a large-scale battle in which an allied company of Uldan, Gridanian, and Lominsan forces would be pitted against a company of Ishgardian forces. When a combatant is incapacitated, the opposing company will be awarded tactical points. Poke. The first company to attain the designated tactical rating of 100 points is declared the victor. During the Grand Melee, officiants may mark certain combatants with the Fury's Gaze, which will be indicated by an ethereal tether linking them to their company's flag. While defeating most combatants will reward your company 1 tactical point, defeating marked combatants will award your company 10 tactical points. Marked combatants also possess enhanced abilities, rendering them more powerful and more difficult to defeat. Defending and defeating these combatants is the key to victory. I'm a little surprised that this isn't a PvP mode. I wonder if it ever was a PvP mode.
For the honor and the glory of Ishgard.
For the sake of a potential 1v1 with Raban.
Ready then. Very well. Brave men and women of the Eorzean Alliance, let the grand melee begin!
Oh, I have a... Okay, I'm gonna be better off by just fucking solo. Hey Ben, get off the fucking... Get off it. You stop attacking, this temple right immediately.
Is that all you've got?
Oh, Pippin got back up. This is fucking cheating. I guess they all do. Holy shit, Lucy, what are you doing? Other than giving me an amazing target for my AoEs. What was like these when I wish I was playing Black Mage? Why doesn't Dot or the Alliance have a tether anymore? I feel more than a little cheesy. There we go. Oh, that I can't target Rabban because Rabban is having a 1v1 with Emmerich. Okay, that's fair. Oh, now Rabban's targeted, and I can't target Rabban. Oh, and me, I'm also targeted. This is fun. I wish I wish this was its own game mode. I think it'd be a lot of fun. It's vaguely reminiscent of Front Lines. Cyclops, everyone on your guard. All forces fall back. You think, Grid? Where is its mouth? Does it have a mouth? Continue the melee. I will deal with him. Daft saw? You heard the man, back into it. All forces form a line on Arentel now. I really want a dual sword wielding class based off of Raumon. Like, really bad. Captain, I will not lie, I was hoping it would come to this. So then, shall we dance? Damn it all. Oh shit. Oh no! This is fine. This isn't enraged, is it? I'm not dead, am I? Okay, we're good. There we go. That's cool. It's a lot more interesting when you aren't literally as powerful as is feasibly possible for this fight. Because when I went through this the first time, I was in like dog shit gear, absolutely useless gear. So like that was like a good 5-minute fight my first time through. So I was also playing a tank class, so my DPS was naturally lower. I was playing a warrior.
Did he win? Then we...
You're welcome, by the way.
Victory is ours! Ishgard! Ishgard! Well fought! Well fought, my friend! You truly are the warrior of warriors.
No, I'm a dragoon.
Fury, you will
Right now,
notice it.
anyway.
Oh, my lungs are burning, and I can barely stand. I didn't think I could do it, but then I did. We did. We faced the Alliance's best, and together, with one heart, with one purpose, we prevailed. After 1,000 years of hardship, of strife and bloodshed, we are strong enough to rise to any challenge, be it on the battlefield or beyond. The future holds so much promise, so much joy. We need only show them the way.
A truly magnificent display, Sir Knight. While doubtless less than pleased, I am quite sure the Grand Companies are honored to have been bested by such valiant warriors.
The honor was ours, Your Grace.
I am pleased to see that Ishgard's proud martial tradition is being upheld. When the time comes, I trust you will fight alongside your brothers and sisters in the Eorzean Alliance with the same fervor you displayed in opposing them. I note that our friend elected to take the field in Ishgardian colors.
At my behest, Your Grace. If we have given offense, the blame lies with me.
Fear not, Sir Knight. It was a surprise, nothing more. And any hint of ill feeling was thoroughly dispelled by the spectacle of our mutual friend's duel with General Raubarn. On the subject of surprises, I could not help but marvel at the passion and unity of purpose displayed by your countrymen, given the troubling reports we have received of late.
I shall take that as a compliment, Your Grace. The events to which you allude are the price of change. The end of the Dragonsong War marks the beginning of a new era for our nation, and for the people, high and lowborn alike, who will lead her into the future.
Ah, yes. The people. Change is indeed a perilous thing, for we who seek it, and they who fear it. I shall pray for Ishgard, and for you.
Well, that made for a refreshing change. Congratulations on your victory, by the way. Ishgardians certainly seem happy with themselves. I, for my part, am merely glad you did not strain anything in the process of single-handedly winning the battle for them.
I'm at a point of power where okay, that's about enough self-aggrandizing.
Tis but a scratch, I assure you, and I will not suffer you to worry over me. Not when we have a dozen far more important concerns. Make that 2 dozen. Still, as Y'shtola never tires of telling me, we can but face them head-on one at a time. One day at a time, as Minfilia would have done.
Okay. As long as I live, I shall never forget that duel. It was inspiring and humbling in equal measure. I feel honor-bound to point out, however, that my father was fighting one-handed. True. Thals balls, I'd forgotten what it was like to feel alive. Not since leaving the Blood Sands have I had the privilege, not since the Bull of El Amigo hung up his swords. Back then the outcome would have been different, but I do not begrudge you your victory. I know how far you have come, how much you have endured. Our fight only confirmed it. We shall have to do this again one day. When time allows, I shall look forward to it. Now go to the Ishgardians, to celebrate your victory. You have earned it. Come, Pippin. Her grace is expecting us. Do not, father. Ooh, an uber spoiler now. Love to see it. Okay, Menelaine? What are we waiting for? We must return to the capital at once and tell them all about our victory. The messengers have already been dispatched. Let us pray that this victory has the desired effect. I confess it stung my pride to be brushed aside so easily, but when the flames subsided and I saw you standing there triumphant, there was only gladness in my heart. That was just another battle for you, I bet, but for my lot, it weren't so much the fighting as the not tripping over each other's feet. His lordship might think about laying on some actual training for us next time. Send your goodbyes. In all the years I have known Raban, I cannot recall ever seeing him look so happy in defeat. Well, everything seems to be falling into place, does it not? The Ishgardians have claimed their symbolic victory, and the Eorzean alliance has been strengthened in the process. Be proud, Arentel, you have made this happen. You have learned the emote victory. No, I haven't. I already knew that emo. It's part of my GG, thing. Yeah. I think, right? Or is it this one, right? Yeah. I think it's interesting that message still pops up. When you are ready to return, pray and inform the Lord Commander. Never imagined our humble gathering of like-minded souls would grow into something proper, let alone a force fit to trade blows with the Alliance's finest. Can't say I didn't enjoy it neither. Funny thing how things turn out, eh? I cannot help but wonder what would have happened had you lost. Fantastical though such a state of affairs unquestionably is, I dare say the world would simply have ended. I know, right? Actually, I wonder if that's like intentional meta nod to the fact that if you fail a duty, it cannot happen. I do hope Honoroi recovers soon. I have so much to tell him. We have done it. Nay, you have done it. You have brought us the victory we so desperately needed. There's naught left but to return to the capital. Come, let us see what reception awaits us. Ishtard, on fire, burned to the ground. Bodies strewn everywhere. The 8th umbral calamity has arrived.
My lord!
Honorwa, my boy. Shouldn't you be in bed?
Anawa. Anawa.
Thank you for your concern, my lord. But I have largely recovered from my ordeal, and I have naught but several scars to show for
Almost
it,
the province in
told
Canada.
some women may
Almost.
find appealing.
I see. And to think I was worried sick over you.
I'm not sure I understand, my lord.
Well, let's put that theory to the proof, shall we?
My lord?
'Twould seem that a great many things have occurred in my absence. I thought I might begin to make amends by welcoming you in person.
I forget what Elfrida was
The
doing.
messengers spared not their chocobos to bring us word of your victory in the grand melee. I cannot well describe our elation when we heard the news. It called to mind the day we rejoined the Eorzean alliance, and I glimpsed hope rekindled in the eyes of the people.
The Fury herself ushers us into a new era. Sir Emmerich, the time is now.
Aye, that it is. Reconvene the conference and summon Vidofnir to Falcon's Nest. We will make peace with Hraesvelga's brood and hasten this bloody war to its end.
Yes, Lord Commander.
I will send word to Artoirel and bid him resume preparations. Emanuele, you will place yourself at your brother's disposal. He will be glad of your assistance.
No stopping it now, is there? We should inform Y'shtola and the others.
My dear friend, I doubt I will ever be able to thank you enough. But when the conference is successfully concluded, I damn well mean to try.
Nice. They say you dueled General Raban within a ring of flames. I do not think the man so ostentatious. Would that I could have seen it. After we parted ways in Matoya's cave, I returned here to speak with Tataru. We agreed to tell the others only that our search for Minthilia had reached an impasse. I subsequently learned that you had left for Falcon's Nest, but I thought it were best to keep myself for a time. I am wont to rely on you overmuch when we are together, and I needed to think, to reflect. I still do, I suspect, but matters here seem to be coming to a head. In short, there are some things I feel I must say, though nothing so urgent that I cannot wait until after the conference. So let us make for Falcon's Nest and see if Lord Atwell has need of our assistance. Back to Falcon's Nest. Let's go. Y'all. Midgard Somer. As Sir Emmerich hoped, Ishgard's success as the Grand Melee has done much to restore the people's faith in this endeavor. Look at their faces, Arantel, nervous yet hopeful, expectant in a word. Well met, Esther Malfriend, and thank you for looking after my brother. They say he fought bravely, that he did not dishonor his house. But you, my lord, to you we owe everything. As you can see, we have made every effort to strike whilst the iron is hot. We made our intentions known, and that all would be welcome to attend, and so they came. But by the grace of the Fury, they came. The ceremony will not be a lengthy affair, but there is still much to be done. I would speak with you more, but I must see to my duties. As you and Master Elfino, you will do naught but enjoy yourselves. Is that clear? If any dare beg your assistance again, I will have words. Well, there you have it. We've been forbidden from meddling. So shall we wait, or have you other matters to attend to before the ceremony begins? Let us watch the cutscene. Excellent. I only hope Thanker and the others will not be late. Epochal events do not come around very often. I probably pronounced that wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's right because it's epochal and epoch. Yeah, epochal. Yeah.
The appointed hour approaches.
Aye.
She begged leave to watch the proceedings. I saw no reason not to grant it.
Should I choose to deviate from my prepared remarks, I ask that you trust in my judgment.
Have I ever done otherwise?
Look!
Ah, how long it hath been since our peoples met thus, children of Thordan, even by our reckoning.
Vidofnir, daughter of Hraesvelga, we give thanks for your visit, and bid you welcome to Falcon's Nest.
Our sire bade us hearken unto the whispers of our hearts. They spoke to us of a paradise lost, of bonds of brotherhood which they yearned to see restored.
Ours too yearn for such a restoration, and they have guided us here this day, that they might yearn no longer. Brothers and sisters, ye who stand as witness, hearken to me. Since the days of Eld, when the bonds betwixt man and dragon were sundered by our hand, our peoples have known only war. Bloodshed without end, losses beyond counting, and still we fought. And still we fought. Some wounds do not heal. The dead cannot be returned to us. But we, the living, can yet choose another course. Here and now, we can lay down this burden, this hatred, this vengeance. Our forebears fought not so that we could die, but that we might live. So let us honor their sacrifice and spare our children this death sentence. Let us gift them a new legacy. Life.
Betwixt our peoples yawneth a divide deeper than the deepest abyss, wider than the widest sea. Generations will live and die ere this divide is bridged. Knowing this, doth thy heart yet yearn for peace, son of Thordan?
Look now on the legacy we would leave to our children. A dream of peace, inscribed in stone for generations to come.
Dragon hog.
Father and his beloved, as they were so long ago, happy and at peace. The dream they shared shall be ours once more.
Estinian located.
Your bow!
That doesn't bode well.
Child of Dravania, art thou grown so forgetful that thou wouldst forsake kith and kin and consort with the spawn of Thordan? That thou wouldst dare contemplate peace? Hearken unto me, all of you! The final chorus is nigh, and all will be held to account. All will bathe in the flames of retribution. Till the coming of that day, look you on your sins and despair, for none shall escape my wrath. None shall escape my revenge!
7 hells.
Nidhogg 2.
Damn you, Nidhogg.
Electric Boogaloo.
Hells, take that worm! While he lives, we'll never know peace.
Aye! There'll be no end to this war till Nidhogg is dead and gone!
So let's kill the bastard and be done with it. Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg!
Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg!
Another patch down, I think. Just about anyway. There they go, the last of the guests. Having come hither with hope in their hearts, they depart with hatred and bloodlust. Until the moment I saw him strike, I still held some small hope that what you had seen in Az's law was an illusion, perhaps. But he acted without hesitation, as did Sir Emmerich. For a mercy, Vidofnir's wound was not mortal, or so Lucia tells me. The dragon was spirited away to Annex Shrine to receive care from her brethren. We can but hope her recovery is swift. But such was surely Nidhogg's intent, to deliver a proclamation not only to the children of Thornton, but to his kindred. War is coming, and ye who do not stand with us stand apart. She was an example, a message to her brood, another instrument of his vengeance, like Estinian. When I said I wished to speak with you after the conference, I confess I envisaged a rather happier circumstance. If anything, however, this latest tragedy makes the need more pressing. There are things I must say. Not to the Warrior of Light, or even my fellow scion, but to you, Arentel, my friend. But not here, no. Ah, but of course, the intercessory in Camp Dragonhead is still open to us. Let us go there. I do not remember this cutscene at all. Like, genuinely.
Forgive me. That took longer than expected. You seem puzzled. Oh, these. I thought something warming might not go amiss.
Alfredo, I don't think drinks are something I'm into right now. Where'd you get them from? Who gave those to you? Who drugged them?
It was not all that long ago that we sat here, you and I, in our very own falling snows, as Lord Horshvon called it. I still struggle to believe he is gone. And Azelle too. I had such hopes for her. Master Matoya asked me what it was all for. Why we fight. And why we die. Were I still commander of the Braves, I would doubtless have replied, for the future of Eorzea. But I'm not that man. Not anymore. I needed a new answer. One that I could live with. And when I saw Estinian at the ceremony, I knew at last what it was. I do not want to be a man who sacrifices his friends and family for a cause. I want to fight for Estinian, and I want to save him.
Naive but
When Nidhogg
hopeful.
leads the Horde into battle, Ser Emeric and his forces will do what they believe must be done. That is their choice to make. Yet even if Ser Emeric is willing to forsake Estinian, I am not. We must fight for him, for he is our friend and ally. We may struggle, we may fail, but we must try.
Fair. At least you acknowledge the possibility of failure.
We will. I know we will.
Thank you, Arentel. It is unfair of me to unburden myself in this manner, time after time, but I am glad that you permit me nonetheless. You are my true friend and ally. Though not all of our fellow scions will support our stance on Estinian, I have faith that we will win them over in due course. Such is the infectious power of hope. Right. That is quite enough solemn introspection for one night. I think we would both benefit from some time in the company of Tataru. She stays for us at Fort Tom's Manor. Let us not keep her waiting any longer. Damn it all. Okay. Yet again we walk in an all too familiar path. I am reminded of when we first came to this manor. Lost and uncertain, we were granted succor in our hour of need. We were saved, and now it is our turn to return the favor. Hear, hear. Let no one say that the scions do not repay their debts. After all, what kind of people would we be if we forsook our friends? If we stopped looking for Yuna and Papalymo, or if we gave up hope of bringing Minfilia back? Though she knew it would cost her dearly, Minfilia reached out to us to deliver a message. She believed it was imperative that we understand the true nature of the star, of the rift between Zodiark and Hydaelyn, and of the Ascian's aspirations. But for all that has been revealed, I cannot shake the suspicion that there is much we have yet to learn. In any event, I think it time we step back from the fray and carefully consider our next course of action. It will not be easy to turn this tragedy to triumph, but we will find a way. We will. We will. But I already knew battle stance. What the fuck? I could have sworn you got that emote from, shortly before
All the
Ravana.
ways for it to end. Even before his transformation, I could feel the worm's hatred swirling about Estinian. The terrible, all-consuming rage. Enough to fuel a 1,000-year quest for vengeance. It was all I could do not to run away screaming. But Ishgardians, nay, all Eorzeans, are made of sterner stuff. They face danger and death on a daily basis, and understand what it takes to win a war.
Think not too deeply on Master Matoya's words. Her intent was but to steal our resolve. That, and to remind us to look beyond these passing conflicts to trials greater still. To the truth which hides at the heart of this world.
So that's your aim, is it?
You disapprove?
Not at all. I believe it's traditional for the student to follow in the footsteps of the master. And you are so very alike.
Hey, it's I almost said his name. Oh, that would have been bad. Oof. Oof. You don't learn his name for a long fucking time. Oof. Oh, no, we're still going.
Change. That great inexorable wave was upon us, and soon all of Ishgard would bend to its will. For all our sins, for all our scars, the future for which we had long yearned was at last within our grasp. But it would be bought at a heavy price. For in those twilight hours did Nidhogg cry out for vengeance, and his brethren raise their voices for the final chorus of the Dragon Song War.
Oh my god, there's text. Fuck, my fucking cat's like chewing on a wire or something, and I was utterly transfixed. Oh no, it's all gone to chaos. Everything is falling apart. Why won't it stop? Wait! There's this eager about faith. They're contemplating the ethics of. I think that's an amazing note for me to take a break. Okay. I'm gonna be back in gonna say 5 to 10 minutes. Gonna pace around for a bit, and then I'll be back. Okay. I was gone for, I don't know how long I was gone for, but I, hopefully it wasn't too long. The fact that I counted as AFK makes me think it was over 10 minutes, and that's sub-ideal, but thus is life. Ah, Master Malfriend, it is well that you are here. You are wanted within. I believe Master Alphino wishes a word with you. It couldn't be what I think it is. Well, yeah, you always say the same thing. Nope, it's not that. Good stuff. The scions will find a way, I just know we will. Stop! Oh my god. Ah, Arntel, there you are. Have you a moment? There's something I would fain discuss. I must ask you to recall the events which unfolded at the peace conference, though I dare say you would sooner forget them. My mind returns again and again to the moment when Nidhogg appeared before the crowd in the guise of Justinian. It was a sight to chill the soul, but one which gave me reason to hope that our friend might not be beyond salvation. When you described his fateful transformation at Az's Law, I feared him lost forever, but the mere fact that some semblance of his former self endures must surely count for something. Alas, I have no evidence to support this impression. Thus did I turn to Eustola and Kryl for a more empirical appraisal, and full glad am I that I did, for it would seem they have some observations of their own to share. The ladies have saved us a tale at the Forgotten Night. Shall we go? Excellent. Let us not keep our honored guests waiting. Our honored colleagues, rather. It's not forgotten. Maybe I should end stream. Holy shit, I'm fucking losing my shit. Okay, let's go. The name does this establishment a disservice. Remarkably few of its patrons seem inclined to drink their way to oblivion. I do begin to see why Tataru chose to work here.
We have kept you waiting over long, I fear.
It's a waste. Let's go.
Not to worry, Alphino. We had some rather fine mulled wine to keep us company. Truth be told, you could have delayed your arrival a few moments more.
Gibrion got the spicing just right this time. His latest batch is not only delicious and warming, but soothing to the humors.
These tables cannot be kind to our Lalafels.
Indeed.
They don't even have chairs.
But 'twas not to soothe our humours that we gathered here.
Ah, no, quite right. The matter of that poor dragoon.
You have discovered something. A means to save him?
Let us not jump to conclusions, shall we? Assess the facts presented, then make an educated analysis, as you were taught.
Pray, cast your mind back to the moment of Estinian's transformation. Do you recall how you described it to us? You spoke of the sudden pangs which racked his body when he took up both of Nidhogg's eyes, and of how his form was twisted thereafter into a shadowy semblance of the Great Worm.
When he appeared at Falcon's Nest, the worm's eyes were fused to his mail.
Would that only his armor had been corrupted. Snaking forth from the eyes, I descried dark tendrils which entangled his very being. His ether has been all but smothered.
Then he is lost to us forever?
What did I just say about jumping to conclusions? Y'shtola clearly stated all but smothered. As I later discovered, her impression matched my own. Though Nidhogg's presence filled my mind's eye, beneath his seething aura, I sensed the merest hint of something else. And after listening to Y'shtola's observations, I became more certain of my suspicion that the something else I had sensed was, in fact, the trace of a different will, submerged in the sea of Nidhogg's rage.
You mean?
Yes, 'tis like that Estinian spirit yet lingers.
Can we not wrest him from Nidhogg's grasp, then? Tear the eyes from the armor?
We know not if that would serve to separate Worm's soul from man's. None have ever attempted such a feat.
Should it offer even the faintest hope of success, then by the gods, I shall be the first to try.
Alphino. By all means, hold fast to your hope, but be mindful of the dangers. Even should you succeed in excising the eyes from the Dragoon's mail, we have no way of knowing if your friend's soul would survive so violent a separation. And that is to say nothing of the possibility that his would-be savior might become Nidhogg's next host.
But what other choice remains to us? Should the opportunity present itself, I will tear those foul orbs from Estinian's armor and trust in the resilience of his soul, even at the risk of mine own.
Ah, I found you at last. A messenger of the Temple Knights came to the manor some few hours past. The Lord Commander humbly requests the company of the Warrior of Light and Master Alphino.
Sir Emmerich would speak with us. Very well, thank you, Anawa.
'Twould seem duty calls. Pray see to yours, and we shall return to ours.
Thank you, Y'shtola, Kryl. Your words have given me hope where there was none. Come then. Sir Emmerich awaits.
Alphino is allowing his feelings for this Dragoon to cloud his thoughts. I worry he may do something rash. Keep an eye on him, would you?
Hey, it's good friend Midgard Somewhere back yet again.
Friends to deliverance, than their foes defeat. But will history commend their fealty, or condemn their folly?
The conference held at Falcon's Nest was to be a celebration of the reconciliation twixt man and dragon. But the lingering shade of Nidhogg, clad in the flesh of the Azure Dragoon, did mark the occasion by spilling the blood of his own kind. A timely atrocity to remind the children of Ishgard that the Dragonsong War was far from over. And when fear gave way to fury, the call to arms rang out anew. Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg!
So, I think that that's a very solid note to end things on. Next time we can pick up with speaking with Emmerich and beginning to hopefully piece together what needs to be pieced together to work towards stopping Nidhogg and hopefully saving Estinian. But that'll have to wait until I can stream again. That may be tomorrow, maybe some other day. The environment is unstable. But if you all enjoyed watching me go back through this, then feel free to give me a follow or anything else. And until I stream again, have a good one, all.